For decades, the Toyota Tundra built its reputation on one simple promise. Reliability you don't have to think about. You could drive it hard, tow heavy, rack up miles, and the engine would just keep going. That's why what happened with the 2022 Toyota Tundra hit so hard. This wasn't a minor recall. It wasn't a software glitch or a squeaky suspension. This was catastrophic engine failure. Engines knocking, losing power, and in some cases completely shutting down while driving. For a brand like Toyota, that's not just a problem. That's a crisis. And now, after months of pressure, investigations, and growing owner frustration, Toyota says it has finally fixed the issue. But the real story is more complicated and more important than a simple problem solved. The root cause, a tiny detail with massive consequences. At the center of this entire issue is something almost invisible: machining debris. The affected trucks were powered by Toyota's new 3.4L twin-turbo V6, known as the iForce engine. On paper, it was a major leap forward. More power, better efficiency, and a modern replacement for the outgoing V8. But during production at Toyota's Alabama plant, tiny metal particles from the machining process were not fully removed from some engines. That's where things went wrong. These microscopic metal fragments circulated through the engine oil system and attached themselves to critical components, especially the crankshaft main bearings. And once that happened, failure became a matter of time. What actually happens inside the engine? The debris embeds into bearing surfaces. Oil flow becomes compromised. Friction increases dramatically. Bearings begin to wear prematurely. Engine knocking starts, eventually complete failure or seizure. From the outside, it might start as a faint knock, but inside the engine is already destroying itself. Why this problem was so serious? Every engine problem is bad, but this one crossed into dangerous territory. Some drivers reported sudden power loss at highway speeds, engine stalling without warning, loud knocking followed by total shutdown. In a full-size truck often used for towing, hauling, or long-distance driving, that's not just inconvenient. It's a safety risk, and the scale made it worse. Initially, the recall covered over 100,000 vehicles. But by late 2025, Toyota expanded it significantly, adding around 127,000 more units, including some newer models and even related vehicles like the Lexus GX and Lexus LX. That expansion raised a serious question. Was this just a manufacturing mistake or something deeper? Toyota's response: not a repair, a full reset. To its credit, Toyota didn't take the cheap route. Instead of attempting partial repairs, the company made a bold and expensive decision: replace the entire engine. For affected non-hybrid Tundra models, Toyota is offering complete engine replacements at no cost to owners. That's a massive commitment. We're not talking about thousands of engines. We're talking about well over 100,000 units. Why a full engine replacement matters? From an engineering standpoint, this is the only solution that guarantees all contaminated components are eliminated. No hidden debris remains in oil passages. Long-term reliability is restored. Anything less, like replacing bearings or cleaning components, would carry too much risk. This decision shows that Toyota understands the severity of the issue, but it also highlights just how serious the defect really was. What about hybrid models? Here's where things get interesting. Hybrid versions of the Tundra were initially excluded from the engine replacement program. Why? Because of their built-in limp mode. The hybrid system can temporarily power the vehicle using its electric motor if the gasoline engine fails. That reduces immediate safety risks, allowing drivers to get off the road. But from an expert perspective, this raises a critical point. A safety workaround is not the same as a mechanical fix. Even if the hybrid system prevents dangerous situations, the underlying engine issue still matters. Long-term durability, resale value, and owner confidence are all affected. The factory fix: what changed after April 2024? Toyota didn't just fix existing trucks. It also changed how new ones are built. Starting around April 2024, updated engines began rolling out with key improvements. 1. Improved cleaning procedures. The engine washing process was enhanced to ensure machining debris is fully removed before assembly. 2. Stronger main bearings. Toyota introduced more robust bearing materials designed to better withstand contamination and stress. 3. Tighter quality control. Additional inspection steps were added during production to catch any contamination early. These changes are significant. In theory, they address both the cause and the weak point in the system. But theory and reality don't always match. The lingering concerns. Even with Toyota's aggressive response, not everyone is convinced the problem is fully solved. Number 1. Reports in newer models. Some owners and independent mechanics have reported similar bottom-end failures in 2025 and even early 2026 models. While these cases are not yet widespread, they've sparked debate in the automotive community. Is this still debris or something more fundamental? Two possible design sensitivity experts point out that modern turbocharged engines operate under higher stress than older naturally aspirated V8s. That means tighter tolerances, higher temperatures, greater reliance on perfect lubrication. If the system is less forgiving, even small issues like minimal contamination can have bigger consequences. Number 3. Massive replacement delays. Replacing over 100,000 engines is a logistical challenge on an enormous scale. Some owners have reported waiting weeks or even months, limited loaner vehicle availability, delays due to parts shortages. From a customer experience standpoint, this is where Toyota's reputation is being tested the most. Expert insight. What this really means for Toyota, this situation isn't just about one engine. It's about a broader shift in the truck industry. Toyota moved from a proven V8 platform to a modern twin-turbo V6. That transition reflects industry trends, better efficiency, stricter emission standards, and more advanced technology. But Toyota had built the Beams 3SG for enthusiasts who valued high RPM, naturally aspirated character. Then they sold it in a market dominated by turbocharged torque and priced it against all-wheel drive alternatives that offered more practical performance. The result was predictable. Sales collapsed after the initial enthusiast rush. By 2001, Toyota was building fewer than 5,000 Altezza RS 200s annually. The Beams 3SG, an engine representing millions in development costs and bleeding-edge technology, was dying from market positioning failure. The aftermarket that proved Toyota's restraint. While Toyota's bean counters were panicking about Altezza sales, something remarkable was happening in Japanese tuning shops. The aftermarket was discovering that Toyota had deliberately limited the Beams 3SG's output despite building it to handle significantly more. The TRD, Toyota's in-house tuning division, released a sports ECU in 1999 that raised the red line to 11,000 revolutions per minute and optimized fuel and ignition timing. Result: 225 horsepower, 15 more than stock from software alone, no hardware changes needed. That revealed Toyota's strategy. The Beams 3SG was capable of higher output from the factory.